And we're live at the 15th Annual Sin City Classic, presented by Lexus. I'm Roman Jimenez from the Cloud Sports Network, and we are streaming now on the Sin City Classic Facebook page and YouTube channel. And this is the third place game of the D1 division, and we are broadcasting from the Ken Scarce Memorial Broadcast Center. And we are Mitch Barnes, Tyler Forrester, Jordan Espiritu, and Charlie Brown. Good grief. Blockhead. And my broadcast partner is the venerable two-time Hall of Famer from Softball Austin and Naga Softball Hall of Fame, Rich Siegel.
Really looking forward to this game, Roman, as we have two very good teams that have advanced to play this game. Again, as you said, the winner goes to the championship. Excuse me. And the loser will still get the trophy and the medals. So let's see who it'll be.
That championship team, or the team waiting for the winner of this game in the championship game, is from Columbus, the Fugitives. They beat the LA Shade. You know the Shade would like to have another crack at that.
The score of that game was 14-8. I'm actually looking at that score sheet right now.
So the Boy Butter Ballers will double down, as we are here in Vegas, with the same lineup and positions as they had in the previous game. The LA Shade has given us their lineups, and Rich will give those to you now. I think.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out who won the toss. So for the Shade is Angel Moreno leading off at short, Josh Smith in center, Brandon Watson at first, Rudy Huerta at second. James Mansuni in right center. Pedro Nila will play in right. Shane Hoffman the pitcher. Alex Perez is the EH. Tony Castroete is the other EH. Jonathan Ramos in left. Greg Kessler at third. And Rick Nafis will also bat in this game. For the Bowlers, Jordi Escobar in left, Rick Lee in right center, Donnie Pallister at short, Glenn Barton the pitcher, Gilbert Gill in left center, Shane White catching. And the Ballers are the home team, by the way. Josh McMullen at second, Mike Pelletier in right, Sam Frum at first, and Luis Urde at third.
Ballers are the home team. You might have heard me repeat that. Ballers are the home team.
The pitcher for the Ballers is the southpaw who does not wear a face guard, and that's Glenn Barton.
I've been looking at the etymology of the phrase southpaw, and it appears nobody on the internet, in the interwebs, can agree as to what the etymology is of southpaw. For some, they think it means that they pitched on, their pitching arm was on the south side of the field, or pointed, faced in the south direction of the field, but each field is...
It's not that way.
Right, yeah.
Angel Moreno will lead off here in the top of the first inning, and the first pitch is swung on and hit in the air to shallow right field. The ball will fall for a hit, and Moreno, running all the way, heads to second base, and he's in with a leadoff double.
If memory serves, that's exactly how Moreno led off the last game against the Columbus Fugitives, with a single down the right side and taking second. Kind of looks for that double right off the bat.
Here's Josh Smith, the catcher, already with a runner in scoring position. And the first pitch swung on and hit deep to right field. Right fielder Pelletier gets the beat on him, makes the catch, and on the play Moreno tags and moves to third.
And coming home now.
And now he's going to score. His speed has carried him all the way from second base on the fly ball to the outfield.
That ball was carried all the way to the warning track. And once first contact was made, he was off and running. So who are you rooting for, Facebook? LA Shade or DC Boy Butterballers?
Brandon Watson bats.
It's not the first time that a team from LA and a team from Washington have faced off on a diamond.
Here's the next one. That pitch was a ball, and so is that. 3-1. And the 3-1 delivery is swung on and bounced up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. Ball into first. The throw is low and bounces in the dirt, gets away from the first baseman temporarily, and so Brandon Watson has reached. Brandon Watson will be given a courtesy runner in the form of the leadoff batter, Angel Moreno, so it's a runner at first and one out for Rudy Huerta. Grounder to the right side, fielded by the second baseman off his glove and into right field for a base hit, and Moreno will go to third on his way to second, and out at second base is Rudy Huerta, but Moreno kept running and he scores again.
And the umpire has changed his call out there at second base because the ball came loose. So she got over there and saw that the ball had come out of the glove and said, no, safe, safe, safe. So still good at second base.
And the next batter is James Manzanilla, and he hits one back to the pitcher on the line for out number 2. We'll bring up Pedro Nila.
I'm shocked, I tell you. I'm shocked that pitcher fielded that ball.
Yeah.
Not particularly challenging, that one.
And the first pitch to him is hit on the ground into right field for a base hit. Huerta rounds third. He will score easily. It's 3-0.
I'm almost as shocked that the pitcher fielded that ball as I am that Pedro Nila hit a ball to the right side.
Shane Hoffman, the batter. And the first pitch to him, outside, 2-1.
Home plate umpire Scott Sleeman with the balls and strikes says that ball was outside, and it was.
And so is that one, 3-1. Three-one delivery, strike call, 3-2.
That was the definition of right down the middle, but patience is the virtue.
And here's the full count delivery. And that ball is hit up the middle on 2 hops to the shortstop, makes the play to second base, and the ball is dropped. Let's see. They say that the play is still going on as the ball goes out into shallow center field. And here comes Nila all the way home to score. White does not have a tag, and on the play, Hoffman makes it to second base.
Yeah, the ball got there in time to get Nila, but it was a little bit up the line, so the catcher did not have time to move over and make the tag. The ball on the high chopper feed from the shortstop to the second baseman. The feed was not great. Got away from the second baseman with Nila barreling down on him, and that's earning a run the hard way.
Alex Perez now hits a ground ball to the shortstop. It takes a bad hop, and all runners will be safe. You can see that ball might have hit.
It just was a super ball once it hit that dirt. It had bounced a couple of times on the grass, but then once it hit that dirt, it just bounced right up into the chest of the shortstop. That left a welt.
And on the play, Shane Hoffman moves to third. We'll bring up Tony Castruete. And the first pitch to him. He hits a very slow roller to the third baseman, on to second, and this time the out is made as Perez is forced at second base.
So is that 4 or 5?
That's 4. And that is confirmed with the umpire.
Country Queens.
So 4 runs in the inning for the visitors from LA, the Shade, and after a half inning, they lead the Boy Butter Ballers by the score of 4-0.
Now that we have a break in the action, I want to tell you about my friend Bridget at Angel Baby Surrogacy and Egg Donation. They are an international agency that's proudly helped queer folks build their families all over the world for 20 years. If you're gay and ready to add to your family, you're going to need an egg donor and a surrogate. Bridget and her team at Angel Babies have high-quality, affordable egg donors and surrogates ready to help you right now. And believe me, you want Bridget on your team. She's amazing, and her success rates are outstanding. Wherever you are in the United States, you won't quit until you've achieved your dream. So to get Bridget on your team, head over to absurro.com. That's absurro.com. Get in touch with my friend Bridget today. Her agency works almost exclusively with LGBTQ parents, what are called intended parents, people who are wanting to have kids. So you are in great hands with a great ally in Bridget and Angel Baby Surrogacy and Egg Donation.
Jordi Escobar to lead things off for the Boy Butter Ballers here in the bottom of the first inning. He's the leadoff man and plays left field, and the first pitch is a strike called, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Illegal pitch comes way inside, 2-2. And the next one is popped in the air into shallow center field, and the ball is caught by the left center fielder, and that is out number 1. Rick Lee, the batter. Rick Lee swings and hits a ground ball to the shortstop. Moreno fields it on the first, and the ball gets by the first baseman, and so the batter will reach.
That ball was hanging a hard right out of the hand of the side-armed Moreno.
I wonder if the ball might have been lost in the sun because it's a completely sunny afternoon right now.
And that's the angle that the first baseman has looking over at the shortstop, so it's good observation there.
Donnie Pallister, the batter. Runner at first, 1 out, 4-0, the Shade. There's another ground ball to Moreno at shortstop. He'll flip to second for the force, on to first, and safe.
Not in time.
And the pitcher, Glenn Barden, will bat next. First pitch. Swung on and hit deep to center field. Left center fielder on the run. The ball will go over his head and will go to the fence. This will allow Palliser to come around third and score. And then Barden thought about going to third, but the relay came in quickly, and so he'll hold at second base with his RBI double. We'll bring up Gilbert Gill. 4-1 our score. And the first pitch to Gill. He hits a fly ball to that very same part of the outfield. However, the left center fielder over to make the catch, and that ends the inning with 1 run scored by the Boy Butter Ballers. And after 1, it is 4-1 for the Shade.
As we go into the break, I want to tell you about another good friend of mine, Dr. Samuel Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility. Dr. Wood and his team at Gen 5 is where queer folks go when they're ready to talk to a doctor. Look, when you're part of the queer community and you're ready to build your family, finding a doctor who will listen can be tough. Well, I promise you, you have a friend at Gen 5 Fertility. I know Dr. Wood, and I've worked with him for over 10 years, so I promise you he doesn't just welcome queer parents, he celebrates them. Several of my friends have built their families with his help. So whether you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, or trans, wherever you fit in our fabulous rainbow, I promise you, Dr. Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility is the place to go when it's time to build your family. So visit them today at gen5fertility.com. Click on the Family Pride tab to learn more. That's gen5fertility.com. And tell them Roman sent you.
Okay, the leadoff batter will be Jonathan Ramos here in the bottom of or the top of the second, and he hits a foul at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We couldn't identify the left center fielder for the shade because he's wearing a sweatshirt over his jersey, but I will tell you we got confirmation on who it is. First, that base hit into right center field is how the second inning will start for the shade. The ball bobbled back on the toss back to the infield, but no advancement by Ramos, and the runner will be at first base. It is the left center fielder is Tony Castroete, and he is playing left center field for his team. The batter is going to be Greg Hessler, the third baseman. And a fly ball foul down the left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. And there is a ground ball to the shortstop on the second for 1, and no relay attempt made. So they'll get the lead runner, the force out 6-4. Kessler replaces Ramos at first base, and that'll bring up Rick Nafis, who is one of the 2 EHs for the shade in this game.
And a dangerous hitter. Rick can put the ball just about anywhere he wants it.
And the first pitch to him is short for a ball. 2-1. And the next one is on the outside corner, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Rick is a World Series champion. His team, the SoCal Marine Layer, San Diego Marine Layer, won the World Series the first year there was a Masters division.
On that play, he hit a ground ball to the second baseman. The second baseman went over to the shortstop for the force. And that is the second out of the inning. We'll go back to the top of the order and Angel Moreno. That play went Josh McMullen to Donnie Palliser. Here's Angel Moreno, who doubled and scored in the first. He ran the bases very well twice in the first inning. Here's a ground ball, backhanded grab by the second baseman. That is a nice play by Josh McMullen. Flip to the shortstop, Donnie Palliser, and that ends the inning. Nice play.
Well done. Some slick defense there. Had to throw it in once.
So the leadoff batter gets on a single and then 3 force outs, and that ends the inning. No runs for the Shade in the second inning, and after an inning and a half, it is 4-1, the Shade over the Boy Butter Ballers on the Cloud Sports Network.
We have a shout-out to our audience from one of our members on the Cloud Sports team here, Charlie Brown, is sending a shout-out to Amer Anabi at Chubby Cheeks Catering on Instagram. Love your work. Any shout-outs for you, Rich?
No, I don't have any shout-outs just yet. I might before the game is over. I got a nice little text from Lisa Cameron in Canada. However, we have play here, so let's get back to the action here as we start playing the bottom of the second, and Shane White leads off and takes a strike. And here is a high fly ball into shallow left center field. Shortstop and left center fielder converge, but it falls between them for a single.
So right now, Facebook is about 50-50 split between who they're endorsing. A lot of Boy Butter Ballers fans out there, but a lot of LA Shade fans out there too.
And the pitch is swung on, and a ground ball to the shortstop, backhanded by Moreno on the second. Ball gets by the second baseman, and Shane White reaches. Josh McMullen hit that ball, so it'll be first and second. Our friend Lisa Cameron in Toronto wants to give a shout-out to the Toronto Swallers who are playing in the C semis. Lisa, we won't have their game for you because we're over at a different field than they are. We're doing the D division here today, but we did give a shout-out to your team, and so we hope that makes you happy. First pitch to Mike Pelletier is a ball. And the next one is grounded again to Moreno. He will tag the runner going to third and steps on second for the out.
Had visions of a triple play in his head, didn't he?
So that's 5 unassisted on the first out and 5 unassisted on the second out. Here's Sam Frome. And there is a fly ball hit out into shallow center field. Ball will drop in for a single. Pelletier will head to second, and runners at first and second with 2 out will bring up Luis Urde, who has hit the ball well. This is he in the previous game. He had 3 for 4 batting out of the number 10 position. And he hits a ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman will go to the bag himself. And that is Greg Hessler, 5 unassisted. And that ends the inning. Nothing across for the that you can't do it fast. Nothing across for DC in the bottom of the second, and after 2, it is 4-1 Los Angeles.
The Boy Butter Ballers. Dr. Boy Butter Ballers. He's a doctor, Dr. Boy Butter.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has his degree well, there's just too many places to go with that. Colleagues with Dr. Pepper, Dr. Feelgood.
Josh Smith to lead things off here for the Shade in the top of the third. He flied out to right in the first. Swing and a fly ball hit out into center field. Left center fielder came in, now has to go back on the ball, and the ball is over his head. Smith into second, takes the turn. He's going to head for 3. The relay comes in, and there will be no attempt as it's a triple leading off the top of the third for the catcher, Josh Smith. Brandon Watson, the batter. Gilbert Gill broke in on that ball and saw that the ball was sailing over his head and had to go back. And by the time he caught up to it, Smith was already at second and made it easy to third base. Here's another fly ball hit into center field, and this one not quite as deep. A one-handed basket catch made by Gill, and on the plate, Josh Smith will score. It's a sacrifice fly RBI for Brandon Watson. It's now 5-1. Rudy Huerta, the batter. He singled and scored in his previous plate appearance. Here's a ground ball to the first baseman. A nice true hop into his glove, and that's an out. Here's James Messaniai. And his first offering. Swung on and grounded to the shortstop. That's Palliser on to first, and the inning is over. And 1 run scored, a triple and a sacrifice fly. It's now 5-1 for the Shade as we go to the bottom of the third.
As we are broadcasting live from the Ken Scarce Memorial Studios here, it is a good time to pause and reflect on our friend Ken. Passed away in 2021 rather suddenly and far too early. And the Sin City Classic is mourning its former tournament director. And we are, of course, missing our good friend, a former Classic commissioner, a Naga Hall of Famer, and a former Naga committee chair of both membership and, and a couple of other committees, if memory serves. Good friend to both Rich and myself. Rich, you worked with him very closely when you were bringing the World Series to Austin.
Yes, he was very helpful when I had to take over with 8 weeks left before the tournament happened. And he held my hand a couple times when I called and say, how do I do this? How do I do that? And it was we always had great conversations, even when he had to be a little stern with me and saying, suck it up, Buttercup.
Because we're coming to town.
We're coming to town whether you like it or not. 2 pitches to Jordi Escobar, and they were both missing the plate, so it's 3-1. And there is a bouncing ball up the middle and through into center field for a hit. And the ball is bobbled in the outfield, and Escobar with speed makes it to second base. Bring up Rick Lee, who reached on an error in the first inning. And the first pitch to him swung on, popped up on the infield. Third baseman makes the call and makes the catch. That's Greg Kessler. It'll bring to the plate Donnie Palliser. And he swings and hits a ground ball on the hole at short, backhanded by Moreno. He comes up and fires back to second base. And Escobar, who came off the bag, makes it back to second base, but barely. Catcher asking the home plate umpire what he saw, but he's not giving in on that. Here's Glenn Barton, the pitcher.
Yeah, he's no rookie.
No. Barton swings and lifts one in the air to center field. It'll fall between the left and right center fielders, and on the play, Escobar makes a wide turn to third. He will score, and on the play, Palliser goes to third. It's a base hit for Barton, and it'll bring up Gilbert Gill. We are at play here in the bottom of the third. It's a 5-2 ball game, the shade over the Ballers. And the next delivery is a strike called. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And there's a line drive hit out into left field. The catch is made, and it will be a sacrifice fly RBI as Palliser comes trotting home. It's now 5-3.
That ball was hit on a rope. I think 6 feet, one direction or the other, and that one is ticketed to hit the fence.
Exactly. Shane White, the batter, singled in his previous plate appearance.
Shane had a shout out earlier to Josh Reed at home. Thanks for giving me your spot on the team.
He's the catcher today, and he lifts one in the air on the infield, and it is caught by the catcher, Josh Smith, and that ends the inning. But not before the Boy Butter Ballers come up with 2 runs to cut into the lead. And we go to the top of the fourth here at Field 5 at Arroyo Grande. It is the Shade 5 and the Ballers 3 on the Cloud Sports Network.
Coming up Easter weekend, April 15th through the 17th in Richmond, Virginia, Naga presents the Naga Cup, an invitational tournament for the best of the best in A and B Division tournament play. Check them out on Facebook at 2022 Naga Cup. Then, later in the year, y'all come to Dallas for the Gay Softball World Series, you hear? It's August 29th through September 3rd, and more than 200 teams are expected from all across the U.S. and Canada. Visit nagasoftball.org for more details and check out the host city's Facebook page at 2022 Dallas Gay Softball World Series.
Pedro Nila will lead off in the top of the fourth inning for the visiting team from Los Angeles, the Shade, who have a 5-3 lead over the Boy Butter Ballers here. In his first at-bat, Nila singled and scored. He scored their 4th run and hits a ground ball to second base on a couple of hops. The second baseman comes up throwing, and the first baseman drops the ball. Shane Hoffman, the batter. And he swings and hits one in the air to right field. Right fielder draws the beat on it, makes the catch. On the play, a tag at first on his way to second, and he's out. Neela doubled up, 9-6 on the putout. 2 out quickly. And here's Alex Perez. That ball was hit too shallow. And the first pitch to Perez is after the first one and lines one to the shortstop, Palliser, who just rifles the ball into the dirt, and it rolls all the way back to the home plate umpire, but the inning is over.
That is an opportunity. That is an opportunity for a momentum change. And this year, the Asana Softball World Series will take place August 16th through the 20th in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Join us as an estimated 100-plus other teams comprised of cisgender women, trans men, non-binary, and agender athletes come together to compete in multiple divisions for the title of World Champion. Visit asanaseries.org for more info, and you can like them on Facebook, too, at Asana Softball World Series. We have had the honor of broadcasting the last 3 Asana Softball World Series in Richmond, Virginia Beach this last year, Long Beach the year before that, and New Orleans in the Battle of the Bayou the year before that.
Any particular city that you enjoyed more than the other?
Well, we live about 2 hours south of Long Beach, so that's sort of home for us. Virginia Beach was very much like San Diego on the East Coast, just a little bit smaller. So I would have to say Ballin' in the Bayou, the New Orleans tournament, though It did get rainy, was pretty fantastic. They've all been amazing tournaments, though, and those Asana players, they love themselves some softball.
Josh McMillan led off with a single, and on the first pitch to the next batter, Mike Pelletier, who celebrates a birthday today, he hits a single, ball gets back into the infield and then gets away from the cutoff, and so the runners will still hold. It's first and second for Peter Frome, or for Sam Frome, who has a single in his previous plate appearance. And the first pitch to Sam Frome is hit on the ground to the first baseman. He bobbles it, picks it up. He'll go to the bag himself and get the sure out. It's 3 unassisted, and that is the first out. On the play, McMullen goes to third and Pelletier to second. They are in scoring position for Luis Urde, who hit into a fielder's choice to the third baseman in the second inning.
We got a little cut there.
Yeah, the first baseman for the Shade is bleeding. That's Brandon Watson, so they need to get a Band-Aid on for him.
Well, they're actually swapping out Brandon Watson for that first baseman. They had somebody else in that position. Now Brandon's going to head out there. Little change there. While they're working on that, we're going to give a little shout out to a good friend of ours here at the Cloud Sports Network, Colin Pierce, watching from home. Hi, Colin. So home plate umpire Scott Sleevan's going to mark that change down.
Here's a grounder to third. They'll go to first, take the sure out. The throw is high, and the runner is safe. And on the play, McMillan scores.
I understand why the third baseman's checking the runner. Of course you're going to do that. But I think what happened there, Rich, was that he might have held that check a little too long, forced him to then rush that throw. And while it was a great throw, it was just a little high.
First pitch to Jordi Escobar is a strike called. On that play, Pelletier moved to third, so it's first and third with 1 out in the pitch. Liner to second base and into right center field for a base hit. Pelletier scores. Second run of the inning and the bottom of the fourth inning scored by the Ballers. 1, 2, 3. They have tied the game. It's now 5-5, and here's Jordi Escobar. First pitch. Ball on the plate. Here is the next delivery. There's a liner off the glove of the second baseman. He recovers and throws him out. On the play, the runners move up to second and third.
That was a fantastic recovery by that second baseman on that tricky hop, in and out of the glove. Very well done.
It's Rudy Huerta playing second base. It'll bring up Donnie Palliser. And a ground ball in the hole in the left field for a base hit. 2 runs will score.
Rich, you have a shout out on Facebook from Dr. Mike, giving you a shout out from Bama.
Oh, hi, Dr. Mike. 4 runs have scored this inning. Glenn Barton, the batter. Solid ground ball into right field for a base hit. Palliser on his way to third, and will reach third easily. It's first and third. Escobar to run for Barton.
You hear the phrase courtesy runner. What that means is that you get to have one runner come in for a batter each inning.
Here's Gilbert Gill with a fly ball out into left field, and the ball is caught, and the inning is over. We're going to get a verification on the number of runs.
4. 4 runs, says home plate umpire.
4-run score in that inning. I had it right. And so we go to the top of the 5th. And our new score is the Boy Butter Ballers 7 and the Shade 5 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
So just to recap, the Country Queens finished in 5th place. 4th place was the last game we just had. That was the... boy, I'm getting old, Rich.
The game that we just did?
Yeah.
Let me flip my scorebook here.
That was the Boy Butter Ballers against the Tennessee Trouble.
Tennessee Trouble.
So Tennessee finished in 4th place. So 5th place was Country Queens. 4th place was Tennessee Trouble. The winner of this game will advance to the championship game. The loser of this game will take home 3rd place. And waiting in the wings in the championship game is the Columbus Fugitives.
And they don't know which dugout they're going to go to.
They're around here somewhere. Do you want to get their lineup?
And the first pitch
Take that book if you want.
to Tony Castroete as
Give them that too.
he reaches.
I don't know the rest of them, and I probably threw it away.
Here's Jonathan Ramos, who has singled. Runner at first, and nobody out. Pitches outside. And the 2-1 delivery, illegal, too high, 3 balls and 1 strike.
That exceeded the 12-foot threshold.
The 3-1 delivery is hit in the air to the left center field. The ball will fall in for a hit. They'll have runners at first and second with nobody out.
In order for a pitch to be determined illegal based on height, it needs to go below 6 feet or above 12 feet, because a legal pitch is between the 6-foot and 12-foot arc. So anything above or below that, in an umpire's judgment, is going to be considered illegal, which is an automatic ball. However, if the batter swings at an illegal pitch, then whatever happens with the swing is the outcome of the pitch.
Derek Ramos is going to pinch hit for Greg Kessley. It's a ground ball to third, and the force is made 5 unassisted as Urde steps on the bag at third base for the first out of the inning. So they get the lead runner, 5 unassisted. On the play, Jonathan Ramos moves to second base. Greg Kessler is going to re-enter the game, and he will run for Derek Ramos. Rick Nafis, the batter. He has reached on the fielder's choice and lines one up the middle over the head of the pitcher and into center field, and the bases will be loaded. They tried to get the runner throwing behind him at second base, but they were unable to do so. So we'll have Ramos at third, Kessler at second, Nafis at first, and we're back to the top of the order for Angel Moreno. And the first pitch to Moreno. Swing and a base hit to right field just past the outstretched glove of McMillan. 2 runs are going to score. The ball comes back in the infield. It's bobbled, but nobody else advances. So the 2 runs will score as Ramos and Kessler cross the plate. And we're tied at 7. Josh Smith, the left-handed batter, stands in.
I shouldn't read the comments while we're broadcasting, Rich.
Okay. That must be pretty funny. Smith swings and hits a ground ball past the second baseman into right field for a hit. Nafis will come around third and score. Moreno holds up at third as the ball comes back in cleanly. And it's now 8-7 for the Shade.
Coming all the way back is the Shade. The comment from Josh Reed in the Facebook comments had me giggling. So if you go into the comments and read it, you'll see why I'm giggling. Because Josh, hat tip to you, my friend. That was pretty good. Made me chuckle on live broadcast.
Brandon Watson, the batter, and he hits a slow roller to short, and it takes a wicked hop and goes over Donnie Palliser and into left field for a base hit. That's too bad. That ball actually just took a really wicked hop and fortunately did not hit him.
And on the throw, Brandon Watson is able to advance all the way up to second base on that.
And so it is second and third. An Angel. Rudy Huerta, the batter. And the first pitch to him. Swinging up the middle, past the pitcher into center field for a hit. Josh Smith scores. Angel Moreno running for Brandon Watson will score 2 more runs and 5 in the inning. And Rudy Huerta at first base. Still just the 1 out here in the visitors' half of the 5th inning. And a bouncing foul down the third base side. To James Messaniai.
So I'm seeing a 4-run lead now for Shade, 11-7.
And that's a ground ball off the pitcher's glove to the shortstop. He flips to second and safe.
Good hustle there by the base runner to be safe at second there on the slide.
That's Rudy Huerta. And the batter is going to be Pedro Nila. Pedro has singled and has reached on an error. He has scored a run. And he hits one right to the first baseman and into right field for a base hit. I don't know if it hit him, but he's down on his knee. On the play, Huerta will score.
I don't know if it hit him or not, but he did definitely go down. The
Ball
got out there pretty quickly to have hit him. I think what might have happened is that he went down to get it and just went down awkwardly.
Masani went to third on the play. And the batter will be Shane Hoffman. They're going to make a change. Dirkels will come in for Frome.
Give him a chance to
recuperate. I think it might have hit him in the ankle or the shin. So 98 is the substitution for 60. And Shane Hoffman tries to keep the inning going. There's another runner in scoring position, 70 feet away, and the first pitch to him. A low for a ball on the plate. And the next delivery is a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch. Strike called. Right down the middle, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Masani at first and third and Neela at first. And he goes after the pitch and hits one to the first baseman. He takes the long way away and throws to the second baseman, has no play as the runner is safe. Masani scores. That is the 8th run of the inning.
Well, we are quickly, I think, running out of time. This game is stretched on for a bit now.
Alex Perez, the batter, he is the 12th batter in the inning. They have batted around. Strike called.
LA Shade is the home team here, so if they are able to...
That pitch is off the plate for a ball, 2-2. There's a swing and a ground ball. Another bad hop. Boy, he being Donnie Palishers has been snake bitten by bad hops near him in this inning. That's the second one. Neela comes around to score the 9th run of the inning. And Hoffman holds at second base.
It's a 7-run lead now.
Tony Castoretta led off this inning with a single, and they batted around, and he hits a ground ball, and this time no bad hop, a true hop to Palliser. He flips to second for the out, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 runs. Oh, that's the second out? Second out.
Outs.
Jonathan Ramos bats for the second time. He has a pair of singles in this game, and the first pitch to him is grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. Another run is in. Shane Hoffman scores the 10th run of the inning.
So that should make it 15-7. And
Ramos,
it's worth mentioning now that runner at first base is the winning run.
Indeed he is. There's a line drive foul down the left field line by Greg Kessler.
On this one, I'll change it right now. Yes. Girl. Yeah.
15-7 our score. The LA Shade over the Boy Butterballers of the District of Columbia.
What's your name?
Here's the pitch. Swing and a fly ball into center field. It's shallow, and left center fielder flashing some leather makes the catch. And that is the third out as Gilbert Gill makes the catch. 10 runs across in the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. And the LA Shade holds the lead at 15-7 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
My apologies. I said that the Shade was the home team. You would think that I would know that by now. So the Boy Butterballers are the home team. Shade is the visiting team. My apologies, folks.
I need some nameless and public there's some names I couldn't understand.
So this will be probably the last at bats here as we're running up against time. We'll get a time check. 10 runs in, 15-7. And Blue, about how much time do we have?
Too much time.
Too much time. How much? 2 minutes left.
2
2
minutes,
minutes
left in the game, so 8 runs needed to tie and keep the game going, and 9 to win.
So what will happen here, what we'll see is, depending on how these first 2 at-bats go, we might see a quick out, or this might be where DC makes it stand. And it will depend on this first at-bat and then the following one.
Shane White takes a ball and now takes a strike, 2-2. And this pitch is illegal, ball 3.
That was an intentional illegal pitch by the pitcher, trying to make that time go.
3-2, and the pitch hits the plate, ball 4.
So that was a beautiful job of pitching, trying to get the batter to bite. He did not. So now DC has a question to answer. Are they comfortable with where they're at in this lineup to mount the kind of rally they have to in the place that they are? Do they trust the process?
They're in the bottom half of the lineup, and Josh McMillan lines one into the center field for a base hit.
And that has answered the question for them. So now this is going to be where they make their stand as the birthday boy steps into the batter's box. For those of you who have managed teams or played a long time, you understand what I'm talking about. As the home team, you control the clock in a situation like this. So if you've got 2 quick outs, then you'll just make that third one so you can start a new inning.
Line drive up the middle, on past the pitcher into center field for a hit. White will come around third and score, and on the play, McMullen goes to third, and it's 15-8.
So this is the stand. It is right here. DC is making their...
Jeremy Dirkle's the batter, and the first pitch to him is inside, illegal. Time has run out. We can hear the alarm go off, and so time has expired, but they have to finish the inning because the Boy Butter Ballers are the home team. And the next pitch. Swing and a high chopper to Moreno with third. He'll flip to second for 1. On to first. Double play. Got them both. On the play, McMullen scores. It's 15-9.
So 1 out away are the Shade team from the Greater Los Angeles Softball Association from advancing to a rematch with the Columbus Fugitives in the championship game here. And 1 out away from elimination is the Boy Butter Ballers.
Luis Urde takes a strike. Nobody on and 2 out. And the pitch to Luis Urde, swung on and hit into left field for a base hit.
Well, that was a nice piece of hitting. He just went up and got that outside pitch and said, I'm going to pull you, and pulled it. Mitch, you're a braver man than I. That stuff was way too spicy for me.
Jordi Escobar is flied out to left center, and he has singled and scored twice. Once in the third, once in the fourth. Here's the first pitch to Escobar, illegal. It's too high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's a ground ball to the second baseman, fielded on the hop by Huerta, and the game is over. 4-3 on the putout. And the LA Shade will advance to the championship game by defeating the Boy Butter Ballers. Our final score, the Los Angeles Shade 15 and the DC Boy Butter Ballers 9.
So the Boy Butter Ballers will take third place here at the 2022 Sin City Classic presented by Lexus. And the LA Shade will move on to the championship game against the Columbus Fugitives. Our umpires for this game, we had Scott Sleeman behind home plate, and the legendary Red Catherine Held was on the bases. Catherine, we know you well. Red, it's been a pleasure to have you on the broadcast. We're going to go ahead and turn off the microphone so that you can watch this trophy presentation for the well-earned Boy Butter Ballers as they take a moment and celebrate their accomplishment to come in third place here in the D1 division. So we'll be back with our next broadcast here in a minute.
Sorry, it's something I do all the time.
Hurry up, ain't got all day. So you got the what it is for the next game? LA Shade, Visitor, Columbus Fugitives.
Congratulations.
That's the Boy Butter Ballers. DC.
Hey, Boy Butter Ballers, you're live right now, right here. Why don't you go wave at your fans? There's lots of people.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Great games. Great games.
These things are way too spicy. I could not handle.